Today, you will likely see more human faces in a single afternoon than your ancient ancestors saw in their entire waking lives. You will walk past hundreds of strangers on the street. You will see thousands of faces on your phone. You will watch people sing, argue, and cry on glowing rectangles. And you will feel absolutely nothing for them. In fact, you probably feel exhausted by them. You might even feel a deep, unexplainable sense of isolation, even though you are surrounded by more humans than ever before in the history of the Earth. You might think you're just antisocial. You might think you're bad at making connections. But you aren't. Your brain is simply crashing. It has run out of storage space. For 300,000 years, human beings lived in a very specific, carefully balanced ecosystem, the tribe. And this tribe had a strict, biological limit. Anthropologists and neuroscientists have a name for it. It's called Dunbar's number, 150. That is the exact maximum number of human relationships your brain is physically capable of managing. In the ancient world, you knew a maximum of 150 people, but you didn't just know their names. You knew their habits. You knew who was the best hunter. You knew who to trust with your secrets. You knew exactly who you were, and exactly where you belonged in the social hierarchy. You were essential. If you disappeared, the tribe noticed. You mattered. Your brain evolved to track the status, emotions, and well-being of a small village. It is a highly specialized, incredibly powerful biological computer. But then, we took that ancient, delicate computer, and we plugged it into the internet. We built cities of millions. We built social networks of billions. We shattered the 150 limit, and we completely broke our own minds in the process. When you walk through a crowded city, your brain is quietly malfunctioning. It is desperately trying to categorize the thousands of strangers walking past you. But it can't. So, to protect itself from overheating, it does something tragic. It turns them into background noise. It turns human beings into objects. This is why you can feel completely, devastatingly alone on a subway car packed shoulder to shoulder with other people. But the real trap is what happens when you go home and look at your phone. When you scroll through social media, your primitive brain does not understand that it is looking at a global network. It still thinks it is living in a village of 150 people. For hundreds of thousands of years, if you were the best artist in your village of 150 people, you had high status. If you were the funniest person, you had high status. Your brain rewarded you with serotonin. You felt good. You felt secure. But now, your brain is forced to compare you to the absolute best, most beautiful, most successful people out of 8 billion. You are no longer competing with your neighbor. You are competing with the top 0.001% of the entire human species, all condensed into a feed that you stare at before you go to sleep. And your ancient brain reacts the only way it knows how. It looks at the billionaire, the supermodel, the genius prodigy on your screen, and it triggers a biological demotion. It cuts off your serotonin. It floods you with stress hormones. It tells you that you are at the very bottom of the tribe. It tells you that you are worthless. We call this imposter syndrome. We call it an anxiety disorder. We tell people to go to therapy, to practice self-care, to just be more confident. But the truth is much darker. We took a species that was designed to be a crucial, irreplaceable part of a small, tight-knit family, and we threw them into a digital ocean of 8 billion strangers. So if you feel inadequate today, or if you feel like you just don't matter in the grand scheme of things, forgive yourself. You are not failing at life. You are just a villager, wandering through a megacity, looking for a tribe that was left behind in the woods a long, long time ago.